Hey y'all, this is Joe out at St. Bernard Acres. Welcome to the Noisy Barn. This is February 20th, mid-60s. Very sunny out. Beautiful day indeed. I think last year at about this time we were below zero. So, what a difference a year makes. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the wind blowing, but the metal, the screeching sound that I'm sure you can hear are the louver windows on each end of the barn. And they open up when the wind blows, but they close, during rain and everything, keep rain from blowing in. The rain runs down it, I guess. But they're flapping free in the wind right now. Funny story, the lot next door is a little over 12 acres, I think, almost 13 acres actually. And it had the old farmhouse on it. You've seen it in my videos, and that's where we saw the ghost at, and we did that night over there, our little ghost hunting adventure. And it already has a well on it, and already has electric run to it. So there was that 13 acres, there was this 10 acres. When we came out here to look at the property, we came out to look at that 13 acres. And we pulled in the driveway out over there, and we walked around the property. The house is just, it has to be demolished. There's no saving the old farmhouse that was on it. It's just in too bad a shape to try to rebuild it. We knew that going in. But we had it had electric already run to it. It had a well already. Now the well pump needs to be replaced and things like that. And it already has a developed spring on it and cistern system. We have springs here, but nothing's been developed. All that was on this half was just this barn. So we looked at that, and we decided they wanted, I think, 27 for this and 39 for that, or 36, something like that. It wasn't a huge difference in price. And we saw this property, we saw the barn from over there. It was so overgrown and briar covered, this whole area, we didn't bother to walk over here just because it would be fighting through too much crap. So we decided we wanted to buy that. There was enough flat area that we could work with. And we drove back to Wheeling, and I called the lady to tell her we wanted to go ahead and buy it, and she said, well, 30 minutes ago I got another call, somebody already bought it. He's like, damn, we missed out on, finally decided on one, and waited till we took the hour drive back to Wheeling to call her. Had I called her from here, we'd have bought that one. So she asked if we came over and looked at this property and looked at the barn. And I said no. She said, well, you might, you can check that out too. So Sunday, that was on a Saturday, all of that happened. Sunday morning, we got up, we came back out here. And there was no driveway or anything to get onto here. We found a kind of a pathway we could walk through without too many briars in it. So we walked what we could here, walked back behind the barn, and saw how much property there really was. More flat area and workable area than what is over there, which that surprised me. But again, it was so overgrown you couldn't tell without walking. And Gail walked up here, and I had gone down into the bottom part of the barn and saw those giant cedar beams and all this I mean, it all looked new. That's how cedar is. I mean, it just unbelievable. And there's, 24 by 36 inch beams down there. I'm like, wow, this is just incredible. Gail had come up here, and the doors were open about that wide. And she squeezed through and saw inside here and hollered down, "This is what we're buying. This is the property we want." And I came back up and walked in here and said, "Yeah." Picked up my phone and called her right from here. We were not going to wait until we got back to Wheeling. I called her, said, "All right, we'll take it." And made the deal. Came out the following week. I brought my son out. And I wanted to walk it some more, and I wanted to show him what we bought. And we were down by the bottom part of the barn in the back area. And I heard this rustling through the growth, and I could see, the weeds moving. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Because I could hear something coming. I didn't know if it was a wild boar or what it was. And I had, my Glock on me. And I'm standing there watching. I'm eating a Subway sandwich because we stopped at Subway on our way out here. And I'm eating Subway. And I see this thing coming, and it finally breaks through the weeds, and it's a Rottweiler. And I looked at it, and it started walking over, it slowed down, and I pointed my finger at it, and I said, "You better be nice. Don't be coming over here causing me any trouble." I had my gun, my hand on my gun. I'm like, "Just be nice, buddy. That's all you got to do. We'll get along fine if you be nice." And then I could hear my neighbor calling for him as he came across the property and introduced himself and introduced Bo. So I took half my Subway sandwich. Me and Bo ate the sandwich. Just like at home, Maggie and Misha, whatever we eat, they get half of whatever we eat. I take a bite, I get Bo a bite. I take a bite, get Bo a bite. And then I got when it's gone, just like at home, I got like a blackjack dealer in Las Vegas. I got to do this and say, "Look, it's all gone. Go away now." But anyway, I was talking to Bobby, my neighbor, and he told me he had bought this, and he said the next day, because he came out on a Saturday, saw that, called her, and bought it. And Sunday he came back out with his brother, I think, or his friend, and they came over and looked at this property. And he immediately called her. And she said about an hour earlier, she told him about an hour earlier somebody else had already called and said they were buying it. So it was kind of ironic how he beat me by 30 minutes of buying that one over there, and I beat him by about an hour of buying this one. This was some pretty prime property around here. It really was nice. We've spent a lot of time and effort and hard work just clearing it, just getting things mowed and finding things and figuring layouts and stuff. And it's been tough, but well worth it, of course. So, buy land. If you want to do it, if you are committed to homesteading, and your partner is committed to it with you, it takes both of you. You can't, one of you really want to do it, and one of you be like, yeah, okay, if that's what you want to do, dear. That will never work, because this is a major commitment of time and money and sweat. And we're a long way from being done with it.